Emily Bronte. Let me just begin with Robert Louis Stevenson, his poem Wintertime. Late lies the wintry sun abed, a frosty, fiery sleeper head. Blinks but an hour or two, and then a blood-red orange sets again before the stars have left the
You have
skies.
to look at where the camera is.
Which is where? Oh,
The same place it's been for 4 years.
well, I know, but it doesn't matter, I think, if I look off
Well,
camera a bit.
okay. If you want the existential version.
I think he's looking at you.
I am looking at you.
Back to the program.
Oh, all right, okay. Why should I look at that red dot? I want to look at you. All right, sorry. At morning in the dark I rise, and shivering in my nakedness. By the cold candle bathe and dress, close by the jolly fire I sit to warm my frozen bones a bit, or with reindeer sled explore the colder countries round the door. When I go out, my nurse doth wrap me in my comforter and cap. The cold wind burns my face and blows its frosty pepper up my nose.
I like this poem.
Yeah, I can relate to it, darling.
Yeah.
Black are my steps on silver sod, thick blows my frosty breath abroad, and tree and house and hill and lake are frosted like a wedding cake. Now,
Very nice.
Emily Bronte, Spellbound. The night is darkening round me. The wild winds coldly blow, but a tyrant spell has bound me, and I cannot go. The giant trees are bending, their bare boughs wade with snow, and the storm is fast descending, and yet I cannot go. Clouds beyond clouds above me, waste beyond waste below, but nothing drear can move me. I will not, cannot go. And now, wow, one of my favorite poems of all time. And every time I read it, I am flabbergasted all over again by really the majesty of what Robert Frost suggests, stopping by woods on a snowy evening. Whose woods these are, I think I know. His house is in the village, though he will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. My little horse must think it queer to stop without a farmhouse near. Between the woods and frozen lake, the darkest evening of the year. He gives his harness bell a shake to ask if there is some mistake. The only other sounds the sweep of easy wind and downy flake. The woods are lovely, dark, and deep. But I have promises to keep and miles to go before I sleep. And miles to go before I sleep. Isn't that an amazing poem?
Yes, it's a wonderful poem.
You don't like it as much as I do.
No, I do like it.
All right. A Winter Blue Jay by Sarah Teasdale. You'll like this. You love blue jays.
No, I like, I tolerate blue jays. I love cardinals.
Oh, all right.
Blue jays are very aggressive.
So if the Blue Jays were to play the Cardinals, you would root for the Cardinals.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
And we saw a cardinal. on
We
our
did
walk
see a Cardinal this
They're
morning on
wonderful.
our walk. Yeah, it's wonderful. But we see Blue Jays every now and
We
then.
do.
Yeah, all right. I digress. Are we hearing from anyone, by the way?
Mm-hmm.
You are, because they're not coming on my screen.
You are quite active.
So you'll have to show me later, right? Because I would love to
Yeah.
communicate with.
Yeah, because we have a guest tomorrow, and we want to get this system ready so you can communicate with
Well,
us.
hello to the many hundreds of people, 351 people so far who are watching just on Twitter.
Yeah.
And I haven't quite, I think 141 people who are watching on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And and the 12 people who, or 12 comments left on Twitter that I'm trying to read. Karen says things are good. David Faust, good evening to the Open Book Friends and Technical for You crew. S.R. O'Brien has been the only person who responds to me when I need to know if anyone can hear us.
God bless. Yeah.
Um,
S.R. O'Brien is like our out of the
Yes,
studio technical crew.
is our no, this is good job, team.
All
But
right.
they're not showing up on my screen. We'll have to.
That's a
figure
problem
that
for
out.
afterwards.
All
Yeah.
right.
Later.
I
A
don't know.
winter
Yeah.
blue jay, Sarah Teasdale. Crispy Christmas. Crisply the bright snow whispered, crunching beneath our feet behind us as we walked along the parkway. Our shadows danced fantastic shapes in vivid blue across the lake. The skaters flew to and fro, with sharp turns weaving a frail invisible net. In ecstasy the earth drank the silver sunlight. In ecstasy the skaters drank the wine of speed. In ecstasy we laughed, drinking the wine of love. And not the music of our joy sounded its highest note. But no, for suddenly, with lifted eyes, you said, "Oh, look, there, on the black bough of a snow-flecked maple, fearless and gay as our love, a blue jay cocked his crest." Oh, who can say the range of joy or set the bounds of beauty? It was very much like our walk this morning, wasn't it? Skating along.
Mm-hmm.
Edgar Allan Poe in another direction. Hear the sledges with the bells, silver bells. What a world of merriment their melody foretells, how they tinkled, tinkled, tinkled in the icy air of night, while the stars that oversprinkle all the heavens seemed to twinkle with a crystalline delight, keeping time, time, time in a sort of runic rhyme to the tintibulation that so musically wells from the bells, 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 with the jingling and tinkling of the bells. I think he's crying for help. Isn't he there? All right. A guy named Shakespeare. Blow, blow, thou winter wind. Thou art not so unkind as a man's ingratitude. Thy tooth is not so keen because thou art not seen, although thy breath be rude. Hey ho, sing, hey ho, into the green holly. Most friendship is feigning, most loving mere folly. Then hey ho, the holly, this life is most jolly. Freeze, freeze, thou bitter sky, thou dost not bite so nigh as benefits forgot. Though thou the waters warp, thy sting is not so sharp. A friend remembered not, hey ho, sing hey ho, under the green holly across her midriff, rib cage, and shoulders. Thomas Hardy,
Mm-hmm.
The Darkling Thrush. I leaned upon a coppice gate when frost was spectre gray and winter's dregs made desolate the weakening eye of the day. The tangled vine stems scored the sky like strings of broken lyres, and all mankind that haunted nigh had sought their household fires. Oh, I mispronounced liars, didn't I? I'm really sorry. I'm glad Thomas Hardy isn't here to hear my mistake. Or although from a certain point of view, he's up there hearing my mistake, right?
We're
Yeah.
down there.
All right. And here, finally, a wonderful one, Kathleen Jamie, The Dipper. It was winter, near freezing. I walked through a forest of firs when I saw issue out of the waterfall a solitary bird. had lit in a damp rock, and as water swept stupidly on, wrung from its own throat a supple, undammable song. It isn't mine to give. I can't coax this bird to my hand that knows the depths of the river, yet sings of it on land.
That is a very nice one.
Isn't that a very nice one? So the woods are lovely, dark and deep.
Hmm.
And I want to thank everyone for joining us. I think we're on the verge of getting this technology worked out, right?
Yes.
For those of you who want to join us tomorrow, Ken Turan, the great longtime film and culture critic for the LA Times and NPR, is going to join us to talk about his book. We had him on our show on Saturday about Irving B. Thalberg and Louis B. Mayer. So we're really looking forward to that because we're going to have a guest and you can ask that guest questions.
If we can figure out the chat.
If we can figure out the chat. Well, if not,
To be continued.
to be continued. We'll figure that out.
All right, darling. Are
Thanks
you-
very much for being with us. You want me to get off, don't you?
No, are you doing it or am I doing it? Who
What?
gets the pleasure?
Oh, you should turn me off. I bet you get the pleasure. Thanks for being with us on our open book. See you later.